We are working through our program with a number of banks in Africa and some also in Asia. What advice would you give to a bank or a sort of medium-sized bank that's thinking about it but doesn't have a lot of experience? How should they go about getting into mobile banking?
Well, we do, and this is advice that we give a lot of banks and telecom operators and anybody looking at whether it be mobile money or even traditional mobile phone banking, and that is, say, develop a roadmap. And in that roadmap, we look at a couple of factors. The first one being the customer perspective. Do the customers we are working with have a phone? What kind of phone do they have? Because that determines what kind of service you can provide them. Secondly, you have to look at the environment that you're in. Are people tech savvy enough to be able to make use of a phone? You have to look at the regulations. So if you're looking at mobile money and you're looking at a mobile wallet, the challenge there is oftentimes the regulations. So for some banks, we saw in some countries they had very strict restrictions on how much money you could transfer in a wallet, and that restricts what you can actually offer. After that, you've looked at the people, the customer, you've looked at the environment, you've looked at the regulations. Now let's look at the institution. What's the institution's capability? If you're doing a lot of your big bank, it's quite significant investments to do this. There are things that smaller financial institutions can do. So simple informational type campaigns, loan payment reminders, checking balances can be done very simple, low-cost systems. Mobile money for financial institutions, if they're small ones, could be done with a simple modem where information is batched, updated. There are groups in Africa today, Kopo Kopo, for example, who have been looking at simple technology that could be used to help record transactions. So they're using the information that's available on the web. They use screen scrapping to be able to gather information on say, M-Pesa's website, for example, in Kenya, and then convert that into an Excel spreadsheet, which could be incorporated into a small financial institution or a small value chain that can use and accept mobile payments. And then after that, I think we don't oftentimes spend enough time on product development, making sure that the product works and pilot testing it, stress testing it, because you could find that the volume goes up, and with any technology, you don't want to have downtime if you want people to trust. And then the last step of the roadmap is basically going through customer adoption and the launching of it, getting people on. So after you've done all that, you still have to figure out the best way to educate and promote this with clients, and we found that we needed to take a lot of time to do that.